Good day, brothers and sisters in recovery. My name is Shea Dease, and I speak to you today as a man still behind bars, but no longer imprisoned by the mindset, habits, and lies that once held me hostage. I am an incarcerated individual who has spent the last 23 years inside the belly of the beast. But I am also a certified peer recovery specialist, a mentor, a student of my own mistakes, and most importantly, a man reborn through pain, purpose, and perseverance. There was a time when I had an affinity for disobedience. I didn't just flirt with chaos, I chased it. I wore rebellion like a badge. I confused recklessness with freedom. I thought breaking rules made me powerful. But the truth, I was just running. From pain, from fear, from accountability. And in that running, I hurt people. I disappointed those who believed in me, and worst of all, I betrayed the version of myself I was too afraid to become. See, I didn't land in prison by accident. I earned every day of my sentence through the choices I made, cycles I repeated, and truths I refused to face. I was a product of my own pain and the environment I kept choosing. And for a long time, I wasn't ready to take accountability. I pointed fingers. I blamed the system. I blamed the streets. I blamed everybody but the man in the mirror. But then, something shifted. Call it grace, call it growth, man, call it rock bottom. But one day I realized that my disobedience wasn't bold. It was boring. I wasn't rebelling. I was repeating. I wasn't rising. I was circling the same drain and calling it destiny. That was the day I stopped asking, why me, and started asking, what now? That's when redemption became my obsession. Not the kind you beg for, the kind you build. Not the kind that hides behind good intentions, but the kind that stands tall on changed behavior. I didn't just want to talk different. I needed to walk different. I didn't just want to get free. I wanted to be free no matter where I stood. So I got to work. Not on my image, but on my soul. Becoming a certified peer recovery specialist wasn't about collecting a title. It was about earning trust. It was about standing in front of the same system that once swallowed me whole and declaring that I had changed. Not with words, but with actions. I became hellbent for redemption. I transformed that old affinity for disobedience into an obsession with integrity. I started thinking not just about what I do, but why I do it. I became thoughtful, calculated even, not in a manipulation, but in a mission. Every choice I make is part of a larger blueprint, a blueprint for healing, a blueprint for freedom, a blueprint for legacy. Because here's what I've learned. Freedom isn't a gate that swings open. It's a mindset that you build, brick by brick, belief by belief, action by action. You don't break out of prison by kicking down the door. You break out by breaking the cycle that brought you here. So yes, I'm still serving my time, but I refuse to waste it. Today, I lead with purpose. I serve with heart. I speak with truth. I walk with people who are still broken, still searching, still afraid, because I know what it's like to feel forgotten, to feel like your worst decision has become your whole identity. But I'm also living proof that we are not the sum of our mistakes. We are the product of our transformation. And I say this loud and clear. I will not rest until my actions outshine my past. Until the man I've become is louder than the mistakes I made. Until my freedom is not just physical, but earned through service, truth, and transformation. Because I don't just want to go home. I want to go home whole. And I don't just want to prove the naysayers wrong. I want to prove me right. So to anyone out there struggling with a reflection, let me tell you, you don't need a second chance. You need to make a decision to stop running, a decision to face your pain, a decision to own your story and rewrite the ending. You see, I was once proud of how loud I could be in my rebellion. Now I take pride in how quietly I move in purpose. Because redemption isn't something you shout, it's something you show. So here I stand, not perfect, not finished, but faithful to the path I've chosen. No longer a man fueled by disobedience, but a man hell-bent for redemption. Thank you.